as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Miami Dolphins. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
On 1, ready?
And they'll begin by running the option. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Here we go,
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And Mixon going to have a Bengals first down as he'll get this out past the 35-yard line.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Here we go.
Now a 2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a pause for the injury, and that is, yes, Joe Mixon clearly in some discomfort following that last play.
Gun.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
11 MT, Tate. 11 MT, 11 mighty, 11 mighty.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
And every time you step on a field, coaches are always going to talk about how important tackling is in a ball game. In this one, especially so. You can't allow these guys to break free and get extra yards after contact, but that's exactly what happens here. That can't continue as this game goes on.
Stop.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
1-1, ready?
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. He was out there waving his arm saying, throw it here. Dropped it. Not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball. And he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
On 3rd down, Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, Do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Out.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Escaping the pressure right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Turbo three, kick.
And now the first run for Dnize. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
32 stinger.
First down, they go back to A-Chain. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon A-Chain, 25 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give left side. Brown with it. Takes it to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 38-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Draw play for Brown. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, but they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Here we go.
Play action. It's Burrow. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Brandon Jones picking it off. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that Dnize had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. After 7-0 on the A's. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
Hey, turbo one. 20 TX. 20 TX. Hey.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Hill diving, and he's got it full extension. What a catch.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Now it's A-Chain headed right. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Here's Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
All right, fellas, listen up. Solo left Zion. Out.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 33.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Gun.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Option play. Here's a give to Brown. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives them a 1st and 10.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans. Fights loose. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll go right back to Evans. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
It's a gain of 32. 1st down, Cincinnati.
On 1, ready?
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. An inside give, Brown. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2, ready?
Here's 2nd and 10.
11 common.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here we go, here we go.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They go play action with Burrow. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Christian Wilkins, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. McPherson's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Again, it's A.J., and that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Miles Murphy, he's the one who got in there and hit him for a loss. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Tua is going to change things up. Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anything.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Go ahead. Yeah. Hey, 21 TH. Watch it, Oscar.
From the gun, it's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Come on, three, kick.
It's now 3rd and 11.
Hey.
Tua sets up to pass it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
All right.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
32 stinger. Let's go.
Tua going to throw. Throw to the right, taken in by Berrios. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
Ready.
Running right, here's A-Chain. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Go ahead.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll run for it with A-Chain. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On now the Miami field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game. Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On second down, a run by H.A. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He may go. And all the way in for the Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
I've heard the week off hasn't hurt him for a bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side, so now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a three-possession game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Burrow will throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
11 mighty.
Now it's Burrow. Smith catches left side. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Burrow looking to pass. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Jalen Phillips collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. On the option left, it's Burrow. And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is You know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Now Tua going to change the play. H.A. now up the middle. He can't get him down. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 148 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
21G. Out.
Now Tua. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
On the handoff, it's A-Chain. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. And now an audible here into something else.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to pass. Tua. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. Now 2nd and 5. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up
3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Turbo 1 hard. Turbo 1 hard.
A-Chain on 1st and 10. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
2nd down and 6 now.
Turbo 3, kick. Out.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Keeps himself upright. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
He's right. Stop. $32 Stinger. Long. Out.
going to the air. Tagovailoa. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game. And that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Now Burrow on first down. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. He got 29 yards that time.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 14-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Now a throw out to his fullback. It's complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Second down and 8.
Hey, let's go.
It's H8 on the give. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Tua. He'll let one go deep for Howard. It got his man complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. O.J. Howard, 81 yards. And the Dolphins are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the ball, taking it right down Broadway. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
3rd down, here's Brown. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And they're going to speed things up here.
11.
1st down, here's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Burrow on 3rd down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Cam Smith in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And they'll run for it with Evans. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll go right back to Evans here on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And quickly they get to the line. Play action. It's Burrow. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Deshaun Elliott. And the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said, down the numbers. There he goes. Down the left sideline. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their totals. This has just really been a solid second half from them, CJ. JD, as they add another touchdown to the lead, and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return is Charlie Jones.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Just set.
And they take a knee.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow on play action. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And able to get this out to the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead. You're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship, and do you think that the pretty